Welcome to 123 News.
Why?
I'm going to talk about the China's inflation. The food price inflation was 4.2% in June compared for 3.2% in May. With rising pork price partly to blame, while the deadlines numbers was above analysts' expectation, it remains below the government's in target figures of 3.5%. The analyst says the latest figure reduced the prospects of interest rate cuts in 2013. Curing interest rates risks inflating a property bubble, while tightening may put in additional pressures on the economy in the middle of the current global economic uncertainty. The economists of America Merrill Bank, Lu Tin and Xi Xiahao, expect authorities to keep monetary policy neutral with neither easing nor tightening. China expects economic growth this year to be 7.5%, which will be the slowest rate in 23 years for the country. The government is due to release data on gross domestic products for the second quarter of the year on 15 July.
African economy, saving faster ground. A new report from the AFDB say one third of Africa countries have GDP growth rates of more than 7%. The cost of starting a business have fallen be more than to deal over the past years. While delays for starting a business have been halved. The continent's middle class is growing rapidly, around 315 million Africans nowhere between 2 and 20 a day. The share of the population living below the poverty line in Africa has fallen from 51% in 2005 and 35% in 2012.
I am going to talk about the economic slowdown test China of leaders, a sharp drop in export, weaker manufacturing, a credit crunch and sky-high interest rates. A raft of data suggests that economic growth in China is slowing, a trend that will test the resolve of the country's leaders as they seek to execute painful but necessary structural reforms. Consider the evidence. China reported a surprise 30.1% decline in exports on Wednesday, a much weaker number than economists expected. Imports were down too, indicating weaker domestic demand. Many economists have scrambled to lower their growth estimates recently, with the consensus setting around an annual rate of 7.5%. Recent manufacturing data hasn't been much better and suggests activity is slowing in China of factories.
There is a cash crisis in the country. The central bank estimates foreign exchange reserves were running at about 60 billion by the end of May, less than half the level reached before the first revolution that ousted Hosni Mubarak after 3 decades in power. Of that total 12 billion come from an handful of countries, Middle East countries, notable Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Libya. With that those hands out, the situation would be even worse than it is right not a hit. Recent complaint about all shortgates, intermittent powers, targets, and the rising cost of food the economy is due experience alone, hitting 2% growth in 2012 and setting a similar rate this year. This is less than half the growth experienced before Arab Spring.